Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, as usual, when we start, we have a slight review of our last video. And so this was our last subject, and it is daring truth. You heal, your health is a mind game. A mind game. What's that mean? Well, it means that the mind is deeply involved in your health. But we're in the egoic world, and our concern is with the body. And so we have, oh, by the way, this is a green tea, but I have apple cider in it. And it adds another layer of flavor. Quite tasty. Now, the mind is involved. So we went through a model. This is the model. And we talked about depression. And so depression has certain symptoms. And in our egoic world, if you have a number of symptoms of a certain description, then you can be diagnosed. In other words, we pick depression here. And so in the medical model, we have certain symptoms around, in this case, depression. And if you have a certain percentage of those symptoms, you can be diagnosed as depressed. Now, symptoms are effects. These are effects. And we talked about cause and effect. So if we have effects, we have a causal problem. Now, the difference is we moderate the symptoms. That's our goal. Take the symptoms away, moderate them before the threshold at which you can diagnose, have a diagnosis of depression, and you don't have depression. So it's the symptoms that we moderate in various ways. But we don't ever get to this. Rarely do we get to this, particularly in mental health. But this is what has to be solved. So, and there's a time frame between when the causal problem occurs and when symptoms happen. So there's a time frame. And it can go all the way back to infancy that these develop. Or they can develop because of something that happened right now. What's the difference? The mind. It's the mind's interpretation of the causal problem that is presenting the effects or the symptoms. So it's cause and effect. And if you look at that last video, and I'll reference it up here, you'll get a better idea. Now, all of these are tied together, so to some degree, we are going to be talking about the mind and the belief system in our next video. Oh, and it will be interesting right now. And this is our subject for today. And let me read it off my paper because it's a little bit different. It says, It's amazing. Did you know the instrument reflects the designer? The instrument or tool reflects the designer or the tool maker. And you might say, well, what's new, Captain? Obvious. Of course that's true. But let's look at it in a different light in relationship to this infinite field, again, of everything that we're embedded in and that is outside of us. Thinking of us as separate from this field and not recognizing that we are the field that we're embedded in. So we have this field here. And so we have somebody that says, well, I wish I knew what was there in the field because I don't know. I got some ideas, but I don't know. So the designer, you get, maybe it's a collaboration, or maybe one person also has an idea and develops that idea into an instrument. So we have this infinite field, and he goes to the designer and he says, well, I want to know what's outside in this infinite field of everything in relationship to something that he has an idea about. Let us say it is cells in the body. And he goes to the designer and he says, I want to know what's in the body. I want to know what's in the body in relationship to how it's built with what I am calling cells, or these little packets of information and energy. And the guy says, well, the designer says, well, I don't know what kind of instrument you want. You got to tell me more about what you believe is there, and then we will see. He says, well, I think we got these little cells, and they take in food, and they give food away, or extract waste products, and all kinds of stuff like that. He says, well, we can design something like that. Well, he said, I want to see them. And the designer says, okay, that will be part of our quest for developing a tool that will show you what's in the body in relationship to these little small things called cells. So it's in this field of everything because we're embedded in it. So he starts off, he says, well, what we need to do is get some information from what's out here. So he develops, got to find temperature, you got to find humidity, you got to find food, you got to find oxygen, you got to find how food is delivered through blood. So you got to have a lot of instruments looking at what's going on in this field in relationship to what we can find out because we already got a bunch of tools. So we're bringing in information from this field of everything. And so he's bringing it in, and he says, well, we got a whole bunch of information. We got information about light, we got information about darkness, we got information about all kinds of stuff. Well, I don't need to know that. What I want to know is what is in there, and can you show me what a cell looks like? You say, well, okay, well, we're going to have to take the information that we got, and we're going to have to get some of it out of there because it's meaningless to us for this plan. So we developed a system. I'm going to move that over just a little bit because, oh, we have just started on our quest here. So we need a little bit more room. So let's put that right here. Okay. So we got this here. Information that is what we want to know, and stuff we don't want to know, we just push that aside because we're looking for information around the cell that a designer now, with the help of a theory or an idea, says, okay, we think we got something in there, let's find it. And we develop, take in information, and we distill that information into things relative to what we think is around the cell, so we can find it. And other information that may come through here, we have a program that will take out what we don't need and leave what is necessary for our quest. So now we have on the other side of this program, that should not problem, that should be program. Let me change that. I sometimes think ahead of myself. Maybe it is a problem. So it's a program that takes the information that we don't want and throws it away and keeps the information that we do want. So this is could be logarithmic, like YouTube has a logarithm to tell you if your program, your site is doing good or doing bad. They got all kinds of stuff. So there's a program that's bringing us good information. So we get good information here in relationship to what we're looking for. So now on the other side of this, we got good information. But it's just data. It's just information. So we have to develop a program, another program, to show us what a cell looks like in the body. So this is a readout. Read out. So we have a readout on a TV screen or a monitor or oscilloscope or something like that. And so now I say, oh, well, good. I can see the cell, and I can there analyze what's inside of it because I just expand this. So everything is there. So far, it should kind of make sense. Now, you go to a lot of places and like instruments. Now I'm talking about healthcare right now, and you got electromagnetic encephalograms. You got all kinds of very sophisticated equipment. And it's basically developed the same way. There's information in you take that information and you analyze it based upon what you are looking for and what you want to find, and other information is released because it's not important. Then you take the output and you put it on various instruments to read out. This is a readout instrument. And it could be lines like blood pressure or heart rate or all kinds of stuff. So we are looking here at what we don't know. And we don't even know what a cell is. We don't even know what an atom is within the cell. And the cell is made of atoms. But we don't know any of that. But we are taking information with our instruments, with our program, moving them through the program. Now, what is it picking up? What is here in the infinite energy system to pick up? What we're looking for. We are picking up what we're looking for. And if other information comes in of which we are not looking for, we throw it out. Because we want good information based upon what? An idea, a belief. I have a belief about how cells operate, and I am getting information through my program that shows me what I want to see. And it's very important, and it's very successful in helping healthcare and doing all kinds of stuff. Is it true? Is this really true? Doesn't matter. If I believe it's true, and I have developed this instrument to reflect my belief, is this true? Of course. Is it helpful? Yes. Is it true? A meaningless question. Why? Everything is out here to find. Whatever your idea is in the development of your instrument will be true. The same thing with mathematics. The same thing with mathematics. When you run into a problem from out here and you want to find a solution, you say, oh, I'm going to find the mathematics that proves my theory. Because this is just a theory. How do you do that? Well, I get the what mathematics is out here? Everything. Everything is here. Can I find the mathematics that fits my model? Of course. Oh, well then the mathematics proves that my model is right. Yeah, because everything is here. Can you find it where it proves it's wrong? Yeah, because it's out here. What have you proven here with this instrument that was developed to look at cells? You have found what you wanted to find. Why is that? Well, because it's here. And you can write the program to tell you what you want to find. Now, what does this look like? Now, let's just think about this a minute. Let's go on the other side of the board and let's talk about something else. Let's talk about, oh, there I am. Okay, Well, over here, you can't see me too well, but maybe you'll be able to see what I'm drawing. Over here is you. Here's you. A little stick figure, and you are happy right now. And you are taking in information from here, from all your senses. You've only got 5. Your other instrument here might have 30, 40, 50 inputs, different tracks, different lines, and then analyzing them. All kinds of good information. Now over here you only got 5. You only got 5 senses, so that's your input. And what do you do to that input? If I can only keep things straight here. What do you do to that input? Well, you filter it. What do you filter it through? Your program. Your program. What's your program? Belief. That should be belief. Belief system. Make believe I got it all in there right. Belief system. And if it doesn't match your belief system, you throw it out. So you get high-graded information that passes your belief system. Out of that, you create your world. Now, how did we do that in the last video, 2 videos ago? We showed you and me as a creation inside of you. Because I'm out here in the infinite field of everything. So you create me based upon your belief system, which is your filter, your lens of perception. Your lens of perception. Now, is it true? It's the only truth you know. It's the only reality you know. And it's based upon your belief system. Now let's look at these 2 models. They both have a program developed by very sophisticated means. In this case, by mathematicians, by researchers, by all kinds. But it's a program. That's why I had to rewrite that. The instrument reflects its designer. Now, in the community, we think, wow, well, we all agree with this. We all agree with this program because look at, you're showing us that. Yep, you're right, and it matches and it's successful. This program here, this world here is successful. Why is that? Wow, you're still alive, you're still moving, you're still going through life. So whatever you're doing, the world that you've created is perfect. And this is the same way. This is a reflection of the designer's belief system. This is a reflection of a belief. What is out here? Consciousness. What are you showing here? The result of your belief. The only thing that is important in the egoic world is it true? Meaningless question. Why? Well, is it successful? Well, yes, it is very successful. Well, this must be reality. So this shows me reality. The instrument is showing me reality. No, it's not. It's showing you the program, which is based upon your belief system of what you think is out here. Well, what's out here? Everything. Is this successful? Yes. Well, this is reality then. What's really here? Well, we don't know. Well, we know what the program is telling us. Well, what's the program based upon? An idea, a concept that I have. And so the instrument reflects the designer or the tool maker. Does it reflect what's here? No. What's here, what you see here, is a projection or a reflection of what you believe is here. And it's your best guess. And is it helpful? Yeah, can be. See, here's the thing. You never see how many instruments were developed that were not successful. You only know the successful ones. I remember when I worked for General Motors, we used to do a lot of, I used to work in I was superintendent of the gauge instrumentation group. And we used to make all kinds of instruments to tell what we think we wanted to know. The instrument reflected my team's interpretation of what was out here. And it was a good idea. We did a lot of good work. But what's out here in the infinite field of everything is everything. So whatever you design, you got a very good chance of it having some meaningful output. The creation never leaves the creator. The creation never leaves the concept. We really don't know what's here. We really don't know what a cell looks like. We really don't know what an atom is. We have developed magnificent instruments. The biggest instrument in the world right now is the Hadron Collider. And it's telling us all kinds of stuff. So are we finding new things? No, because everything is here. Are we uncovering things that are here? Yeah. Do we know everything that's here? No. And we never will. Why? It's the infinite field. Well, can we use the information? Yes. But do not fall into the trap of thinking that the output in instrumentation is really what's there. We are seeing the reflection of the belief system that went into making the program. And over here is the same thing. Our world is what we believe it is because of this belief system, this program. This is infinite field of everything. It is infinite intelligence. It is the all. It is consciousness. Oh, there's much to talk about here in the illusion. Let's see what A Course in Miracles has to say about this, or this aspect. And you'll see it up here. And here's what the Course says. Remember always that what you believe, you will teach. What you believe, you will teach. And that's exactly what we're doing. And that's basically what I'm doing. See, I have a certain belief system. And I am helping you to understand my concepts. Some of them are good. Some of them aren't so good. Some of them need more work. Some of them should be thrown out. And you're going to make that decision right here based upon your belief system. But what you believe, you teach. And this is a teaching tool. This is to teach you what this program, based upon a belief system of maybe a group or maybe one person, as to what we believe is out here. You know, at one time, the patent office, I forget the date now, in the United States, we were going to close that was in the 1800s somewhere, close the patent office. Why? We thought, well, everything's developed already. Look, we don't need a horsewhip anymore. We don't need, because that's already developed. We don't need a steam engine. Well, that's developed. Well, what else is left? We might as well close the office. Who could come up with anything more? Well, luckily they didn't close it because so much is coming on. And we're still, it's like a piano. You know, in a piano, you got to have so many keys, but you can have millions of songs come onto the same keys. And it's the same way with this. This is infinite. You can have anything come out of here. And that's why we keep moving forward. I want you to give this a thought. Everything that we think we know in the illusion is illusory. And we think we know what the instruments are telling us. But they don't. They only tell us through the program, which is a belief system of someone or some group trying to understand this infinite intelligence, this infinite field of everything. And how are they doing that? From within the illusion. We'll talk about more things later. Because we're in an illusion. And we don't see things the way they are. We see things the way we are. And we don't see things the way they are right now. We only see things through the lens of perception, which is our belief system, which is memories of past gone events. Be good to yourself. And we will look forward to seeing you next time, right here in the illusion. Bye.